What's up, you beautiful collectors and action figure fans? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And this is a series that I am both excited about and meh about. Kind of half the figures I'm meh about, the other half I'm excited about. And the Build-A-Figure I'm on the fence about. But the exciting aspect is I feel like I'm doing a Marvel Legend review of a new wave before Optimus Prime. So I feel kind of good about that. But on today's episode, we are going to start taking a look at the new Marvel's Nemesis Build-A-Figure wave, specifically of none other than that Raging Cajun Remy LeBeau, of course known as the Gambit. But more specifically, how Gambit appeared in that alternate reality of Age of Apocalypse, which is one of my all-time favorite comic book storylines. He was the leader of the Externals in that way, or in that comic series. The Externals made up of him, I think Strong Guy, Sunspot was in there, Jubilee was in there. I'm having a hard time remembering some of the other ones, but they were tasked by Magneto to travel far, far away to the land of Oz. No, that's not where they went. And they didn't go to the second star to the right. They went to the Shi'ar Empire, and they were tasked with getting the M'Krang crystal to restore reality back to the way it was before that whole craziness happened, with Legion accidentally killing Professor X, creating an alternate reality where Apocalypse took over. All sorts of fun mischief. But Gambit being the leader of the Externals, of course, so very happy to get that. Whether or not we're going to get the other Externals, time will tell. Who knows? Packaging-wise, Gambit, you got that. I really like the package on this. This is really nice. Looks really good. I feel like it's a little bit different. But got this open window that fully showcases the figure. X-Men, you got X-Men right there. Up-close image of Gambit. More pullback image of Gambit. Come around to the back end. You got all the figures that are in this wave. You also got a little bit of a read-up if you want to pause it and read it right there. You also have that image. Oh, yeah, you can see, like, Jubilee right there and all that kind of stuff. Nice image, though. But the 7 figures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all have pieces with the exception of Wolverine, which is why I did not bother to get Wolverine. But we have Nightcrawler, Gambit, Cyclops, Husk, the Bone Chick. Forgot her name, Bone Chick. Fabian Cortez, which I'm excited about. All to create Nemesis, which he was never Nemesis to me. It's part of the Age of Apocalypse. His name was Holocaust. I think they've gone back and changed it where Nemesis was his original name. Then when he was killed in the history of Holocaust, we'll get into more of it a little bit later, when he was killed and his essence was kind of taken by Apocalypse and put in the whole suit thing, Holocaust was born. So they kind of go back to calling him Nemesis now, but that's more specific on his look to a different kind of thing, which, like I said, we'll get into when we actually do the full review of that guy. But we're starting things off here with Gambit, so fantastic packaging, really excited about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have the Gambit, leader of the Externals from Age of Apocalypse, open up and out of his packaging. And I am really very impressed with this figure. I absolutely love Gambit. He's one of my favorite characters. I was really shocked in the X-Men 97 series with what they did to him. I'm not going to spoil it, although it's been out for a while. X-Men 97 is a fantastic series and sequel to the original 90s X-Men, which I am a massive fan of. But taking a look at the figure, starting off first with his accessories. He does come with 2 pair of fisted hands, which, you know, it is what it is. He also does come with his staff, which, this is amazing. This thing, it's just a staff. But he's got this hand also that holds it so much better than any other Gambit we've ever gotten, at least as far as I know. It's a much smaller grip for it, and it works perfectly. He does have this hand, which I like. I feel like we've gotten this before, and you can put a card in between, but he doesn't come with anything. So that's kind of rude to do that. But I guess maybe if you have a bunch of different Gambit figures, you probably have some of those cards that you can do. But this guy really did turn out great. I really am very happy with him. Just kind of setting him there for right now. He also does come with the right leg for Nemesis. It is what it is. It's the the right leg, or is it the left leg? Oh, wait, no, it's the right leg. It's the right leg. It's gonna, well, yeah, it's left on the screen, but it'll be his right leg. Like I said, we'll take a look at those in due time. But the figure itself, extremely well done. It is, from what I can tell, all new parts on him. I don't know if I'm not the biggest Marvel Legends collector. Most of you guys know that. It's got to be X-Men related for me to have any kind of interest in it. But this is fantastic. This head sculpt, and I just dropped one of the pieces that I'm going to use for comparison. That is an amazing head sculpt on there. I even like, I don't know how well that's, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but his eyes, he's got a very unique look with his eyes where they're like very dark colored and like, I think they nailed it perfectly. Got the hair kind of going all over the place, but that is a great head sculpt. Now let's do a little bit of a comparison right up front. Here is the Gambit that I have previously. Yeah, you can even see the eyes with that. He looks different for sure, but he also has that same hand. So like I said, if you got some cards, you could probably swap them. So for the comparisons, let's just get that out of the way. I don't understand, most of you guys that collect Marvel Legends, can you tell me why these legs warp so damn much? I mean, this is really kind of bowed. I don't know if I can heat that up and fix it, but here is the comparison between the two of these guys. Obviously, the same character, just a different universe for the most part. I mean, I think they look great together, but there is obviously some subtle differences between them, and I'm just trying to put together what I dropped. I think that both are great, and if you are a fan, like I am, of the Age of Apocalypse, this is going to be a must-have, really, realistically. So, and I'm trying to, like, that hand is, like, totally different. This is a great clutching hand. I don't know. I know that they did do an X-Men 97 version of him. I don't know how good that is, because all the X-Men 97 figures basically sold out and never came back and are very hard to find. So, for his cape, you can, if you pull his head off, you can remove that, and you can see that all the detail still carries on with him. You got the butterfly joints and everything. I think obviously he looks much better with that little cape thing. So just throw that on there. Just kind of fills them out. You got great detail with the belt, great paint applications. Even when you look at like the little rings, you got gorgeous gold paint put on there. Like, they did a real good job with this guy. I haven't opened up any of the other figures yet, but I'm really impressed with what they did with Gambit. The belt is a separate piece. You can see that moves around. Doing some other comparisons just because, you know, we're adding to the Age of Apocalypse line. Let's bring in his love interest. Let's bring in Rogue, who, you know, kind of for the most part, Magneto sent him off. He was a bit jealous, obviously, because he knew that, and here is Magneto, he knew that there was a history between these two, so he basically sent Gambit off on a suicide mission, for the most part, thinking that it would probably fail and be killed. And Rogue wasn't too terribly happy about that. So, it is what it is. But let's set him there. Let's set him there. And because it is the Age of Apocalypse, let's bring the bad boy in himself. Here is that deluxe Apocalypse, which you cannot see his head, but there he is. Absolutely fantastic. All these figures really have done an amazing job of looking how they need to look for that particular series. So very excited and hopeful that they will do more. Whether or not they do is another story, but they're covering a bunch of different characters, so who knows. Articulation wise, the head is on a ball joint, as you can see, so you get a pretty good range of motion. You also have that hinge section there, which allows him to look down, not really that far back. Well, I guess kinda. You can kind of hinge it back a little bit, so it looks like, oh, I'm flying, I guess. You have the shoulders that move forward and back, in and out. They have a butterfly joint, which is fantastic. Do have two bends there at the elbow. You do have that pinless situation going on. I think that's what they're kind of going with pretty much all the time now. You do have a ab crunch, waist swivel. Legs do move forward, back, in and out. They rotate at the upper part of the thigh. Bend at the knee. Do they rotate at the boot? I don't think they rotate at the boot, but they do have that ankle forward and back and hacky sack pose. So lots of articulation. Like I said, I do kind of wish that they did include. I feel like it's a no-brainer to include a card thing with them, because otherwise it just looks like he's smoking a cigarette. I mean, like, or maybe it would be like that. I'm smoking a cigarette, guys. Is me, Gambit. I'm smoking a cigarette. Fantastic figure, though. Great way to start things off. I do apologize. I'm not going in any kind of numeric order. I know she's going to watch this video eventually. I am going to blame my girlfriend and say that she is the one that picked the order that I'm going to be reviewing these. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Giving me that like really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I'd really very much appreciate it. Also, I want to thank all of my Optibotimus Plus channel members. With your incredible support, it helps to make reviews like this possible. I did get this a little bit early. It was available. I'll put a link down in the video description to, obviously, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, all those places. But a few of these are in stock over at what is known as CMD Store. It's a place where I get a lot of Transformers and things of that nature. Never reached out to them about working together with them, but, who knows? Maybe. But this guy is available. He is in stock right now over at CMD Store, so I'll put a link down in the video description for that as well. And, loving this guy. Age of Apocalypse, always a favorite. So until next time, I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching. Don't forget to please remember, guys, this is a crazy, crazy world that we live in. We're heading towards the Age of Apocalypse, it seems like. But just remember that the real trouble with this world is that too many people grow up. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Optibotimus saying I will talk at you later.